Uh, I feel compelled to talk to you, find people about what I just witnessed. So I'm on Twitter, listening to Rammstein because I have this wonderful new Echo, and at any point in time I can ask the Echo to play any music I want. I'm back to just listening to Rammstein all the time. I could have predicted that. Even though I'm wearing a Hailstorm shirt and I like Hailstorm very much. I think Lizzie Hale was the greatest vocalist I've ever seen live. But anyways, the Raptors. That didn't work as a segue at all. Um, I have to say, uh, whether they win or they don't win a championship this year, what a tremendous story. Now, I've been watching the storylines around this. And I want to say that there is an excitement across the country, and I know there's people who are going to go, it's basketball, it doesn't matter. The tickets sold out to watch it in cinemas in BC. There was a massive viewing party, I believe, at the Vancouver Art Gallery today. And so it really has become a nationwide thing. It's got everybody talking. It's on the news, the mainstream news. So for people who follow my channels through the states, I can tell you that the Toronto Raptors right now are doing for the NBA in Canada what the Carolina Hurricanes did this year for hockey in North Carolina. It's a bigger scale thing, sure, but it's the same kind of idea where it's I'm gonna say too that for people who say, well, Toronto didn't care, Toronto's a hockey city. That's not true. The Toronto Raptors have not been hurting for fans in their 24 years. There's never been talk of moving the Raptors that I can remember. And even when the team wasn't any good, people still went out and watched them, and there was still a lot of talk about the Raptors in Toronto. So there's definitely always been the support for the team. But what went on in that last? I watched the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. I haven't seen a team do that to Golden State that I can remember. Not like that. Not an underdog. And even though Toronto has home court advantage, just think if they win Game 7 at home, what'll happen to the city of Toronto. But I can't remember a team doing that to Golden State that didn't have a LeBron on it. Now, Kawhi Leonard, pretty solid, but Pascal Siakam, what? So there's a lot of storylines with the Raptors that have proven this guy completely wrong. Going into this season, when I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, the Raptors, with Kawhi in and DeRozan out, they're gonna win," and I thought, nah, it's an upgrade, but it's not a huge upgrade. And it felt like Kawhi maybe didn't want to be there, and then there were the maintenance days where he wasn't even playing, and I thought, that's not gonna work. Ha, wrong. I'm 110% wrong on the entire Raptors. I'm only wearing a Sonics hat because I had a subscriber send me a Sonics hat about a month ago. So when I wear stuff and videos on this channel, I always make a point of saying, hey, I've got to wear this item that was sent to me by a subscriber that I don't have a chance to wear in a hockey video. So Seattle Supersonics, which of course I made a video recently talking about how it'd be nice to see them come back. But the NBA is definitely captivated basically Canada right now. And it is this great story. So I don't know if the NBA is paying attention to that. I don't know if the NBA is going to look at what's going on and say, you know what, we could go back to Vancouver. I would hope they're paying attention to the news coverage. I know there's going to be people who say, well, that's just because they're mega successful, and next year they're not going to be as good, and people won't follow them. You always create brand new fans that will come back. And going back to the Carolina Hurricanes example from hockey, there will be a better ticket base next year for the Carolina Hurricanes than what we saw this past couple of seasons because they had some success. That's kind of the way things work. You have some success, people want to come out and see your product. And there's something to be said for the NBA right now in Canada and the idea of, yeah. So, to kind of add to the video I did not too long ago where I was talking about the NBA in Canada, and there are a lot of people who are going to say, no, 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 no. There's lots of space for more than one sport in Canada. There really is. When you think about it, I know the CFL is a professional league, but it's 18 games a year, and there's a handful of teams. I really think there's room there for more professional franchises, but that would be on the NBA. I know we've got a local basketball team here, the Fraser Valley Bandits. I did actually seriously tell Yvonne, we should go out and watch some games. I haven't been able to convince her to do so. The fact that the team is winless thus far just makes me want to go out and watch them more and root for them a little bit harder. When I see highlights on TV, like last night, they were talking about the Fraser Valley Bandits, and I believe it was Hamilton last night, and you could see that there weren't a whole lot of people there because it's a Canadian basketball league, right? It's just people that nobody's heard of. It's a brand new league. I would like to go out and support it, but again, I'm not just gonna go by myself. I may end up having to do that, but anyways, I believe in supporting local sports and whatnot. So it might be kind of fun, and basketball can be boring at times, but I don't know. This NBA thing right now with the Raptors, this is where parity helps. Basketball builds up their superstars, and you have your mega franchises, and you build them around guys like LeBron, and you build it around Curry, and you've got, Golden State Warriors. It was the Cleveland. There was Miami before that. The Lakers are always seem to be a danger of becoming a huge deal again. But I think if there's real parity in the league, and you can see a team like Toronto having a really good year, win a championship, I think that can only help the league. So while I expect the ratings to be absolutely awful in the U.S., that's the way it works. That's always been the experience. When the Toronto Blue Jays played in their back-to-back World Series, they were some of the lowest rated baseball games in a World Series ever. I think the second Blue Jays win was the lowest rated ever, I want to say, in World Series history to that point. But in Canada, the NBA ratings are going to be high. If I'm watching basketball, if there's people standing in the middle of Vancouver watching a basketball game on a big screen, if they're selling out Cineplex tickets to watch basketball games, ratings are going to be high. But I'd be interested to know what you guys think, especially those on the northern side of the border where the whole We the North thing seems to really be gaining traction. I do think Drake is obnoxious. I'm just going to throw that in there. But I didn't see him groping anybody in what I saw of the game. I don't know. I was late. Maybe he was groping people during halftime. I don't know what he was doing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Even throwing the Drake stuff. Is that okay, or is that just weird offside? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. And no, there won't be a basketball guy. That's not really a thing. And I mean, basketball season's at the same time as hockey season, so that would be an absolute nightmare if I decided I'm going to cover basketball. There'd be a part of my brain that would just say, I'm out of here, and I'd hear a car driving away, and then, yeah, that would pretty much be it for me. There you go. So thank you guys so much for all your support. Past 95,000 subscribers on the main channel today is bewildering. When it's traffic's like that, I actually produce less videos because I say, all right, that video is doing really, really well. I'm going to leave the channel and let that video do what it's doing. So there's been people for years that have said, oh, Shannon does too many videos. Yeah, when the channel it's big and does what it's doing right now, I will produce less. Because, again, I don't want to bury a really popular video that's going really, really well with 4 or 5 others that probably won't. So, all right, enough rambling from me. Ramble in the comment section below. Thanks again. And let me know what you guys think about, can the Raptors win 3 more is the question. I would have said no. I would have said, no. Golden State's going to win this 100%. No doubt in my mind. I don't care if home court belongs to Toronto. Golden State doesn't lose series. They don't lose game ones. Well, tonight they lost a game 1. So there's that. Interested to know your thoughts. And I'll talk to you again soon.